What about you? What you got any medical elements that you want to share before we launch into our listeners' questions?
Yes.
What?
I figured out that I am chemically imbalanced again.
You're always chemically imbalanced.
Yes, but I'm at a point now where I'm taking sleeping pills like at 8 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
I decided that's the way. Because if I take it too late, then the next day I feel still tired. So I decided
started the day before.
Started the day before, much earlier.
Wait, so at 9 o'clock, how are you feeling?
No, I'm talking about like after dinner at 7. I'm going to pop the sleeping pill.
No fucking way. You're taking sleeping pills after dinner? Are you nuts?
I texted my psychiatrist.
And she said that's okay?
She said, don't change anything. I had already changed something, and I had almost had a major anxiety attack.
Oh, I would have freaked out. A doctor saying, don't change anything you already changed?
Yeah.
What are you changing?
I was changing the dose. I was thinking, I can handle this. I don't need this medication.
So you're fucking
I took
down?
3/4 of a pill instead of a pill.
Oh, Mom. All right, let's turn to
You were the one who said to me, we need to have a talk. You need to be off all medications.
Yeah, but I also said you have to talk to your psychiatrist about this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, luckily, I have a psychiatrist that actually texts me back.
You're very lucky. Can
Although
we go to the
I always end up getting the last text.
I'm going to be honest. No one gives a flying fuck about our medical concerns. Can we go to the listeners
Yes.
who have many questions?
So what is the question of the week?
So the question of the week is, what medical question have you been wanting to ask a doctor? We'll give you armchair medical advice. So I just wanted to preface this by saying we are medical experts. We know everything there is to know about medicine.
Yes, we do. Because, I am a doctor. I was a shaman in a prior life.
Because my mother was a shaman in a prior life, and I have
Do you have any way to prove that I wasn't?
I don't.
Did I not diagnose your staph infection on your toe?
3 days after it had turned purple.
It was
you
red.
told me it was nothing the first time.
It was red. It was red.
Okay.
You were like 11 or something, right? How old were you when you had the staph infection and had to be hospitalized?
I don't want to go into it, Mom.
All right. Go on. Was it on the same toe that is now numb?
That whole leg is completely fucked.
Okay.
All right. All right. Let's start. We got the first question right out the gate comes from LJ. I don't have any questions for my doctor, but I've always fantasized about a female doctor giving me a physical exam.
I think that's a common fantasy.
In fact, I was recently talking to a doctor friend of mine, female, who said she is no longer seeing males between the age of 30 and 60 because they're all coming in trying to get off.
You know what?
Some fucked up shit right there.
That is fucked up shit. So she's just changed courses.
Not doing it.
Only females now.
Yeah. LJ, I would say keep it a fantasy. Don't act on it. How about that?
I just thought of something else.
What?
When I first started my YouTube channel, people were asking advice, and then I was offering like $100 bonus if they paid $100 that I would answer their questions and coach them on older women. Most of the guys are just calling me up, jacking off.
So you were having the same issue as this man?
Yes, it was so. I was like, "Hello, are you there?
Ew.
5 more minutes."
Fucking disgusting.
I know. For $100.
Can we move to a real fucking medical question?
Yes.
This comes from Chris. Chris says, that was a bad question, LOL, meaning our question about asking if you have a medical question. He goes on to say, I have a ganglion cyst on my wrist. It's been there for 15 plus years.
Oh.
The last 3 months, it started to get larger, almost tripling in size. Yesterday, it ruptured. It literally looks like a volcano. Now it just keeps filling back up with blood. Any ideas?
Yes.
What?
See a fucking doctor.
Jesus Christ. When you start seeing a fucking cyst grow, and then tripling in size,
and then pop,
and it's been 3 months, you should have been on this thing for fucking 3 months ago.
How fast would you have been on
if
that
I
thing?
noticed a fucking millimeter difference?
I mean, I've had like a tiny little cyst right here.
Done.
If it got bigger and then popped.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it could be nothing. I don't want to scare him.
A ganglion cyst.
A ganglion. Is it?
It ruptured. Oh!
Well, I wonder what caused the rupture.
I'm not good. Honestly, I would be a horrible doctor. I would be an awful doctor.
I agree.
Someone comes in with a fucking cyst that ruptured, I'd be like, get that shit. Is that contagious? Get it away from me.
Some doctors, especially dermatologists, love to pick zits.
Oh, I can't stand the pimple popping videos. You ever seen those?
Your sister likes to pop her pics.
She loves that shit. I can't stand it. Disgusting.
Well, anyway, I hope that your ganglion cyst is okay.
Yeah.
It's on his wrist, which is, but by the way, I have This is a little tiny
You
cyst
got a ganglion cyst right there?
by my wrist.
On your wrist. Why do people get cysts on the wrist?
I've had this one for longer than 30-something years.
This was 15 plus years. Listen, Chris, we're praying for you over here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that if it ruptured, usually that's a good sign. When I have like a inflamed hair follicle that grows like a volcano and ruptures,
It could be a hair follicle.
it usually it works well when it goes away usually. So hopefully that's the same with your ganglion cyst.
But you should put something like Neosporin on it.
We got the first medical advice of the day. Get that Neosporin on that ganglion cyst.
Neosporin is it's like an antibiotic ointment. You should put it on 3 times a day and keep it covered with like a little piece of cotton and a Band-Aid.
And we got our first YouTube comment of the day as well.
What is it?
This is from MJP. Says, cottage cheese cyst. Ew.
Oh, cottage cheese cyst.
Who knows if that ganglion, maybe that ganglion cyst is real sexy. Who knows if that looks like a cottage cheese cyst.
Anyone on YouTube, share this link with a friend so they can join us and tell us.
Oh, sure. They're going to want to hear about this ganglion cyst. We got another quote. Thank you, Chris. We got another comment over here from Becca. She says, hey, this is Becca. Why are there some guys who totally suck in bed and some so amazing? And of course, the most amazing ones then tell you they're married and they're absolutely in love with you and they refuse to leave their wife because they don't want to share their fucking retirement fund with them. Oh, and to top it off, I've met his wife because we spent 2 weekends together at the cabin in Wisconsin. Oh, yes, we live in Minnesota, 7 miles from each other. Sorry for letting loose, LOL. She just dumped on us right there.
Becca.
That's a full dump.
Becca, you're harboring some anger. Some anger is there, okay?
Great diagnosis.
Anger. And
Dr. Mood,
here,
it says there's anger here.
Anger's here.
I think it's accurate.
And what happens with anger?
What happens?
Cortisol gets released in your body.
Wow.
And that causes cancer.
Yeah.
So
okay. She spits all over the mic. She just spit. Joel, you're going to have to fucking sanitize the shit out of this mic afterwards.
Joel should
I'm
not
so
talk
sorry.
because the last time I came in here, there's some guy that was sweaty was sitting on the chair before me.
I've been touching this mic so much today, and my mouth is touching. I didn't even think about the fact that people are fucking spitting like you. It's just all over this thing. I'm horrified right now.
Do you have a tissue?
No, you're not going to do it right now. We're in the middle of the fucking thing.
Okay.
Come on.
I have no way of cleaning this mic off, though.
Oh, you're grossed out by your own mic right now? Are you snotting into it right now? No way. Oh, we're 18 minutes in. We got the snot, the nose dripping. We got a Kleenex moment. Classic. I was surprised it didn't come in earlier. Usually that comes in within the first few seconds of recording. Anyway, go back to Becca D.
Becca, you got to stop yourself from getting cancer in the future by not letting this stuff get to you.
Don't worry that he has a fucking wife.
No, I'm saying don't worry about things that you can't control. I mean,
like him with the wife.
You got to definitely don't have sex with someone if you think they're married.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounds like they're separate. They might be separated, but
I had that crap. I heard that story
and then
before.
they're never separated.
No, a guy says he's wearing his dead parents' wedding ring.
Wait,
turns out it's actually his wedding ring. You don't buy that crap.
Here's a question. There's this detail to top it off. I've met his wife because we spent 2 weekends together at the cabin in Wisconsin. So it might be this conscious uncoupling situation where the wife is still in the picture as a friend, but she's fucking the husband. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. I say there's a lot of people in this world. Go for somebody else.
Unless it's under the radar that they're just hanging out and she's supposed to be a friend and she's actually fucking. Who knows what the fuck? I'm not getting enough details here, so my diagnosis
going down a rabbit hole here.
I would stay the fuck away from the whole situation. Honestly.
Have you ever had your cortisol checked? Your cortisol level checked?
No, I don't think I'd be on the. I wouldn't make it on.
Mine
the
was on the high side. Are you surprised about that?
No, I'm not on the high side.
I'm
not surprised that you're on the high side.
I'm on the high side.
Unbelievable. I was sitting in bed last night thinking about how I'm burning my friend's house down. And
cortisol must have been off the charts.
I felt my insides, curling in on themselves. And I'm like, all right, we're just going to sit here and watch this shit. How crazy is my body going to get?
You're watching?
Started getting gassy.
Oh.
Felt like I needed to walk. Instead, I just started reading Lord of the Rings.
Why didn't you just go over to the stove and make sure that it wasn't on?
I wasn't staying at the friend's house.
Okay.
I'm staying in another place.
So then what do you care if the friend's house burnt down if you're not staying there?
I don't want to burn his house down.
How would you burn his house down?
I was in the house prior.
Were you lighting
No one gives a
stove?
fuck. No, but I was cleaning around. Okay.